In New York City, several women reported being randomly punched while walking. Michaela, a student, got hit while leaving class. Another woman, Olivia, experienced this downtown. Haley also got punched in Lower Manhattan. All of them reported the incident to the police. These incidents follow recent subway violence. 2 arrests have been made in connection with the punching incidents. Efforts to improve subway safety are currently underway. Despite recent events, overall subway crime decreased. Billie Eilish criticized artists who release multiple vinyl formats to boost sales. In an interview with Billboard, she discussed environmental activism, especially focusing on making vinyl sustainable. Eilish expressed dismay at the wastefulness of producing numerous vinyl variants solely for profit. Despite her album containing 8 vinyl variants, they were made from recycled materials. Slim Spacecraft, Japan's moonlander, survives second lunar night. It landed on January 19th, making Japan the 5th nation to pull off a soft lunar touchdown. The spacecraft landed on its nose that day. Slim achieved its primary mission goals, including deploying rovers. Odysseus, the first private U.S. spacecraft on the Moon, operated for a week then went silent. To buy a starter home, you need about $76,000 yearly, but the median income is lower. The pandemic and low mortgage rates caused home prices to rise sharply. The typical starter home now costs $240,000, with a mortgage payment of $1,896 monthly. Affording starter homes is challenging due to rising prices and mortgage rates. In some areas like California, income needed for a starter home is exceptionally high. Rebuilding Baltimore's Key Bridge could take 18 months to several years, costing at least $400 million. Factors like design and bureaucratic processes influence the timeline. Some estimates vary from 5 to 7 years. Others are more optimistic, suggesting a timeline of 18 months to 2 years. The recent collapse killed 6, halting port operations and part of the city's beltway. Comparisons to past bridge disasters suggest reconstruction could be swift with efficient coordination. Organizers canceled a children's Easter egg hunt in a graveyard due to online criticism. Friends of Wrexham Cemetery, FWC, made an emergency decision for safety reasons. One critic expressed disgust, citing her baby daughter's burial in the cemetery. Initially, FWC aimed to encourage visits and promote local genealogy. Some argued that a cemetery is sacred and unsuitable for such activities. The cemetery serves Wrexham in the United Kingdom. A Moscow court orders journalist Antonina Favorskaya to remain in custody on extremism charges. Favorskaya, who covered Alexei Navalny's trials, was arrested earlier this month. She must stay in pre-trial detention until at least the 28th of May, according to the court. The hearing was closed at investigators' request, despite Favorskaya's objections. She's accused of involvement with Navalny's foundation for fighting corruption. Favorskaya faces up to 6 years in prison for alleged ties to an extremist group. Her arrest coincides with a broader crackdown on dissent in Russia. Powell says new inflation report aligns with goals. Core inflation is at 2.8%, meeting expectations, down from January. February's core prices rose 0.3%, consistent with forecasts. Powell stresses patience and awaits sustained inflation drop to 2%. The Fed remains cautious and won't rush rate cuts, despite some higher inflation. Deepfakes are on the rise. OpenAI is taking responsible steps to refine voice cloning technology. Today, OpenAI introduces the voice engine for producing synthetic voices. Voice Engine allows users to upload any 15-second voice sample to generate a synthetic copy. The public availability date is yet to be determined to ensure responsible usage. Voice Engine's generative model, employed in other contexts, produces high-quality speech. OpenAI is confronted with intellectual property lawsuits regarding the sourcing of model training data.
If you've enjoyed this video, please press the like button or subscribe. That would really help the channel. Thank you very much.